Hi everybody, it's Tiffany from Uncensored Dolls. As I promised, I'm doing a question and answer video today. I didn't give you guys a lot of time, I'm sorry. I've been kind of working a little bit, so I just got a new job. That's why I look so professional. My hair is done. Usually I wear makeup, but it was kind of early this morning, so I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. So I had some questions on Instagram contributed by Rose_Boop123, BJ Lydia, and Natasha Spams, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them. So the first question is, how many dolls do you plan to get? Well, I don't want to have a whole lot, like an abundance of dolls, like where it fills a room, but I do kind of at least want to have like maybe 20. Maybe 20. I want like a good shelf or two full of dolls, and that would make me happy. So hopefully that answered your question. Why anime dolls? Well, for me, it's not so much that they're anime, it's that they're really easy to play with. Volks is very light. If you've ever held a vinyl doll, you will completely understand what I'm saying. They're light, they're easy to pose. I just find that it's a lot easier for me to enjoy my dolls when they are light and easy to dress and pose and all that stuff. So again, not because they're anime, but I do love anime. I do love anime. So while saying that, I do also love anime. So it's not entirely a terrible thing that they're anime, the vinyl dolls, but yeah. Other collections. So other than that, I really don't have a huge collection of anything other than Disney Tsum Tsums, which are those little, well, they have the plastic ones and the soft ones. I don't collect the plastic ones. I collect the soft ones, like the little plushies, and just the mini ones. So, oh, I guess I have a few of the micro mini that a friend bought me as well. So I quite enjoy them. They're adorable and they stack up really nice to collect. So if you get like a million of them, you can just like get a display case in your house and just like other than that, I don't really collect My Little Ponies. I kind of I flip them. I kind of buy them from thrift stores and then clean them up and resell them. So I don't collect them. Yeah, I think that's it for collections. I'm not a very interesting person. I do other hobbies, but I don't really collect other things. What would make you quit the hobby? The only thing that could make me quit this hobby is if I run out of money. And even then I probably wouldn't quit. I'd just be sad with what I have and probably craft things around my house. I'd like rip the wallpaper off the walls just to make something for my dolls. I probably wouldn't quit the hobby unless, like, for whatever reason there was something really traumatic or sad attached to it, then I probably wouldn't quit it. That makes sense. Where would you live if you could? Definitely Japan. I freaking love Japan. Everything about Japan. I actually, sometime not too long ago, when I used to watch anime like all the time, I could basically fluently speak Japanese. And while I did forget it, like, because it's been 10 years since I could do that, I still can say little words here and there. So yeah, definitely Japan for sure. What is your biggest fear? I'm not really scared of much these days. I mean, as you grow up, I feel like when you hit 30, am I giving away my age there? I literally just turned it. As you hit 30, I feel like you kind of realize that there's nothing really that scary in life anymore. I'm not afraid of spiders, any of those phobias. My biggest fear is really at this point losing my mom or my dad. And it's not really a fear. It's just that I feel like I've gotten to the point in my life where I'm close to my parents and I love my parents so much, and you know, I've established myself outside of their house And I kind of rely on them for my stressors to say, oh my God, I had a terrible day, this happened. And mom goes, well, yeah, you just deal with it like that. And like, it's nothing, right? And so that would be my biggest fear. Or like, same thing, losing my husband or my kids. But I feel like kids are young, you know, they bounce back pretty good, unless something devastating like, you know, knock on wood, cancer or something like that came into the family, then I don't think that they're at any immediate risk. But because my parents are getting older, it scares the crap out of me. So that's about the only thing. I'm not afraid of, I mean, I'm afraid of little things, but like not a big fear at all, really. Like, would you rather eat 10 live tarantulas or stick your hand in a beehive for 5 seconds? That is probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever been asked. I don't really think I have a choice on this one. I'd never be able to swallow a tarantula. I'd probably barf it up. Like, as soon as it touched my tongue, I'd die. So I definitely have to stick my hand in a beehive. But I have this theory, and I know I'm taking this question far too seriously, but I have this theory, since I've never been stung by a bee, I'm probably allergic. So definitely before I did that, like inserting my hand into the beehive, I would have an EpiPen handy. So, because I honestly do believe in my head that I'm allergic to bees, because I've never been stung. I'm like, yeah, the one time I get stung, I'm going to go into like epileptic shock, okay? Yes. So, what is my opinion about hybrids? Okay, for those people who might be new to the hobby, hybrid is like when you combine two different companies or two different models, parts of dolls. Like maybe you switch out the arms or you switch out the head for a different company's stuff. And hybrids, I think they're amazing. I think that if you find something you love, you should definitely go for it. I'm far too lazy and far too busy in my life to go about doing the amount of research on what fits what and what goes where and blah blah blah. But I think that it's pretty cool. Like if you could have something like, I love Volks, but I've also thought about cheaping out and like getting an Abitsu body. It could be way cheaper if I did that, right? Because like sometimes I end up buying the limited sculpts too, which I'm slowly trying to talk myself out of, but there's still a couple I want. So, I don't know. I think hybrids are awesome. That's to put it short without going into any more detail. Hybrids are awesome if you can do it, if you have the time to do the research and, you know, don't mess up. Yeah. Would you rather sell all your couches or your dolls? Definitely the freaking couches. Like, I'll sit on the floor. Hands down. How many dolls do you have, and what made you start collecting dolls? Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 dolls right now. I just recently sold one. All of them are Volks except for 2. So I have 5 Volks, a mini Dolphy, a Dolphy Dream Sister, and 3 just regular sized Dolphy Dreams. I have a USD Kid Sky BJD Bobo. And I have my Saddle Yena, who's up there sitting in the cinema seat. I actually am thinking of selling my Saddle Yena so that I can have more money to buy stuff for my Dolphy Dreams, because I really want to focus on what I love right now. So that might happen in the near future. And oh my God, if you want to buy that doll, tell me please, because she is like, she's my heart and soul. She's so beautiful, and she's my first doll that I ever had. And letting go of her is, it's going to make me sad unless she goes to somebody who really appreciates her. So, that's how many dolls I have. What made me start collecting? I remember going to Anime North for quite a few years, and I always loved the atmosphere and the fact that, you know, a 13-year-old or a 35-year-old could walk in and be like, hey, I have a doll, and nobody cared how old that person was, and, you know, they kind of just accepted them and talked to them and just got on like nothing was different between a 13-year-old and a 30-year-old. And while that sounds so stupid, like, oh, of course nobody would ever do that, people do that in society. Like, if you like things that are not like the norm, like anime or something like that, people judge you. And I think, while I think it's completely ridiculous and stupid, I also just like that it kind of curves naturally towards acceptance in the doll hobby for the most part. There is still a large part of bullying, which I think happens everywhere in life, but yeah. So that's what made me start collecting. I seen that atmosphere. I wanted a doll. I couldn't afford it for a while. I think I knew about dolls for quite a long time, and I actually bought my first doll 5 years after I started watching. So what is my favorite anime? My favorite anime of all time is Oh My Goddess. And obviously, the next question kind of ties into that. Who's my favorite character? It's Belle Dandy from Oh My Goddess. And, I just really relate to that character. And I know you didn't ask me why it's my favorite character, but I'm going to tell you anyways, because I'm that cool. So, Belle Dandy is my favorite character because, she kind of reminds me of a person I want to be. She's like this angel goddess who like helps people, and she's so kind, and she cares about everything, and she doesn't want anything to get hurt or suffer, and she's just completely serene and naive, and I really relate to who she is as a person and what I want to be in life. And I feel like sometimes, even though that's what I want to be, sometimes when you bring it into life with your skills and your knowledge, sometimes it gets misconstrued. So that's me. If my mind could completely be portrayed directly to you, that's me. But between my knowledge and my skills as a social person, it doesn't always come across that way. And there's a long story behind that too, and maybe one day I'll tell you guys, but for now, that's why Belle Dandy is my favorite character. I love her, and that is the end of the Q&A for today. I'll do another one soon. If you guys like this, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Give me some ideas if you want. I'll talk to you guys next time. Love you guys. Bye.